They say the town of Hollow Creek was once quiet, a place where the water ran clear and church bells marked the rhythm of life. But progress came like a tide. A dam was built, the valley flooded, and the town vanished beneath the surface. No one talks about it anymore. No one goes near that lake after dark. Because sometimes when the moon is full, you can still hear the church bells ringing from under the water. Hollow Creek was a small town tucked deep in Kentucky's green hills, a place so ordinary that it barely existed on any map. There was a single street, a grocery store, a bar, and an old wooden church that stood beside a stream clear enough to see your reflection. Then came the flood. The government built a dam to bring power to nearby cities. At first, the townsfolk were promised relocation and safety, but some never left. Some couldn't. And when the water finally rose, Hollow Creek disappeared, swallowed whole by the lake that took its name. Years later, that lake became a tourist spot. Fishermen came for bass, campers came for quiet. But on nights when the fog rolled in, locals swore they could still see something. The faint shadow of a steeple beneath the waves, and if you listened carefully, a sound would drift across the water, a single church bell tolling from below. Marcus Hale didn't believe in ghost stories. He was a professional diver, trained in rescue and recovery. When he was hired to inspect the base of the dam, he thought it would be routine, just another job, another paycheck. "Any hazards I should know about?" he asked the site engineer. The man laughed. "Only the ghosts, friend. The whole damn town's under there." Marcus smiled faintly. "I've worked in worse places." The morning was grey when he entered the water. It was colder than he expected, biting through the thick wetsuit, numbing his hands almost immediately. At 20 meters deep, light began to die. At 30, it was gone. Only the beam from his headlamp cut through the darkness like a pale knife. Then, out of the black, something appeared. A shape, a rooftop, then a steeple, a church, perfectly intact, resting on the lake bed like it had been waiting for him. Marcus hovered before it, breathing slow, bubbles rising like silver ghosts around his mask. The doors were still closed. He reached out, touched the wood, and it gave way. Inside, pews lined the room in eerie symmetry. A moss-covered cross stood at the altar, and along the walls, faint scratches, dozens of them carved deep into the wood. Marcus shone his light lower. Something floated beneath the altar, pale, swaying gently in the current. A dress, white, drifting like breath. Then the face, eyes open, watching him. He jerked backward, light trembling in his hand. His heart pounded in his ears, louder than his own breath. But the figure didn't move. It only floated closer. The radio crackled. Static hissed through the speaker. Then, a voice. "Why, did you come here?" Marcus froze. "Base, do you copy?" Nothing. "Why did you come here?" The voice repeated, softer this time, almost a sob. The water vibrated around him, a slow, low hum, like a bell struck deep below. He yanked the signal rope, the diver's code for "pull me up." No response. Only that same sound, ting, 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 echoing through the water. Then the lights flickered, his camera sputtered, and for a heartbeat Marcus saw the girl again, standing upright now, her dress rippling like smoke. Her face was gone, just darkness where her eyes should be. "You woke us up," she whispered, and the world went black. 3 days later, the rescue team found Marcus's helmet floating near the dam. No body, no trace. only his camera. The footage was shaky, blurred by water filled with static. But one moment stood out, the church under the lake, perfectly visible, and then the girl in white, facing the camera, reaching out. Her hand touched the lens. The screen went white. A week later, someone saw Marcus walking along the lake shore at dawn. He was soaked, clothes clinging to his skin, eyes vacant. He didn't speak. He just stared at the lake. When asked what he saw down there, he finally whispered, "They're still there. All of them. They still go to church." Every Sunday after that, he vanished again. All they found were wet footprints leading to the edge of the lake and stopping there. That night, under a full moon, the bell rang. 7 times, each toll deep, muffled, echoing across the valley. There were 7 who drowned in the flood that day. Now, there were 8. If you ever drive through Kentucky and you find a quiet lake with no name on the map, don't stop. Don't listen. Because when you hear a church bell ringing from underwater, someone down there is calling you home.